Hey everyone, welcome to the reading for today. We're going to see what you guys need to know right now. It's a general collective reading, okay? It could be past, present, or future. You're going to know best where this fits on the timeline for you, all right? How this resonates in your story. So with that being said, let's see, what do you guys need to know today? What do you need to know right now? What's the message for the collective today? Let's see. We have the King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, and then we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse, the King of Swords in reverse, and the King of Cups in reverse. So this has something to do with someone not wanting to pay someone money. Somebody's greedy, they're stingy. If this is one person here, King of Swords in reverse, King of Cups in reverse, this person is very heartless. Like, they don't have a heart, okay? They don't have a conscience either. They don't have a conscience. They don't care. They're highly manipulative. Could be a bit, I mean, this combination gives me antisocial, all right? Like, narcissistic, cruel, jealous, spiteful, mean. All right, so let's see what this is. What is going on here? What's the Six of Pentacles reverse? The Five of Cups and the Emperor. This has to do with an Emperor that's sad about something and grief. The Four of Swords. If this Emperor is the same person up here, then I feel like this has something to do with the way that they're trying to appear. Like, they're trying to appear like they're grieving, or they're sad, or they're upset about something. They're trying to appear calm and collected. But the interesting thing about this is, look, cups and swords. Cups and swords. It's the same element, which means that this person doesn't have a conscience, but they're trying to appear very calm, collected, and reflected, or very peaceful. But I almost want to say it kind of feels like they can appear this way because they don't have a conscience. I don't know, that's very strange. And the Five of Cups is like sadness, grief. All right, King of Swords reverse. They're super manipulative. Look at this, Seven of Swords. Yeah, this is extreme manipulation. This person is a liar. They're deceptive. They're manipulative. The Six of Wands reverse. They're lying because they don't want to face some sort of defeat or some sort of embarrassment, humiliation, a fall from grace. Who's the King of Cups reverse? The Queen of Pentacles. The Four of Cups, and they don't feel a thing. I'm sorry, they don't feel anything. They don't feel anything. Like, this Queen of Pentacles, this could be you, okay? I feel like the Queen of Pentacles is like the collective energy in this for some reason. This has to do with a future plan, but whoever the masculine is in this energy, like, they don't care. They don't have any kind of feelings about something. They could come across like very flat. Like, that's what I'm getting with their energy. Especially with the Four of Swords and the Four of Cups reverse, I feel like they come across very flat. Like, emotionless. Like, if this is the same person from my last reading, man, like, they don't have to be, but they're kind of giving me that same vibe of like dead on the inside, all right? Like soulless, like flat. I don't know. Six of Pentacles reverse. A Queen of Wands in reverse, and the Ace of Cups. So now we have a Queen of Wands reversed here, and a new beginning in love, and somebody not wanting to give something to someone. Okay, what's that about? In a marriage, this person didn't want to have to pay out to someone that they're married to, all right? This person doesn't want to have to give someone money or give someone some sort of abundance, all right? Money. Poverty, yeah. They don't want to be in poverty. They don't want to be left out with nothing. They don't want to have to pay someone something. I mean, this could be a marriage. It also could be some sort of a contract, okay? A contract between two people. But one thing is for sure, this person, this Emperor, this King of Cups, King of Swords, reverse person, I'm pretty sure that these three are all the same person. They don't want to have to pay someone money, or they don't want to have to give something to someone. So why are they acting all sad here? Why are they acting sad? Because they're under judgment, because of some sort of a risk that they took, a leap of faith they took, because they want a new beginning. Because this person thinks that their sadness or their grief or I feel like it's just pretend. I'm not buying it. This is what's going to give them their freedom, all right, if they pretend to be sad. So this is like a psychopath that doesn't really feel these emotions, but they know that this is how I'm supposed to act because I've seen it on TV, kind of a thing. That's really what this gives me, all right? Well, I know that I'm supposed to be pretending to be sad, so that's what I'm going to do. Love call. Someone expresses love. I can't. I just said pretending to love someone. Okay. A message of love, thinking of you, letting you know. Yeah, someone expresses love. So this person is saying to people that they loved someone or that they're thinking of someone. Love. The Ace of Cups. Yeah. Something about being sad. And you want to know what this is giving me? This is strange. This is very strange. This is like pretending to call a phone. Like, you know how sometimes people, like this is just an example. This is just what's coming to mind, okay? But when people commit a crime and they try to make themselves look innocent afterwards by calling the phone and like leaving voicemails, that's what this is giving me. It's like someone like let's say someone knows that something happened to someone, I don't know. And then they call the phone repeatedly and cry on the phone and talk about love, and something feels off here. Something feels very strange here. I don't know. Calling, expressing love. Not today. Somebody not picking up. Yeah, look at this. Somebody calling someone on the phone, but being ignored. Calling someone on the phone wanting to express love, but someone else is avoiding the conversation, doesn't want to talk, or isn't picking up. Wasn't answering the phone. Is this somebody that left like voicemails or something like that? I don't know. Or they're like, I tried calling them, but they didn't pick up. What happened here? What happened? Money happened. It's about money. 9 of Pentacles and the Empress. This has to do with, but the 9 of Pentacles is someone that's alone. They're independent. They're alone. They're successful. Marriage and poverty. So it goes from a married couple to the Empress, and we have an Empress and an Emperor here. So it is giving me a married couple. Okay, so you're gonna, I don't know if this is you or someone that you're dealing with, all right? So I'm just telling you guys what's out here. It looks like somebody wanted a separation or someone wanted a divorce. And this Emperor was going to have to pay someone money, or something about maybe splitting up the assets, someone getting half. This person, this Emperor did not want to give someone money, okay? 6 of Pentacles reverse. They did not want to give someone money or belongings or wealth of any kind. They didn't want to do that. No, because they felt like they would be losing their investments. They felt like they would be losing their investments. So this is like someone that feels like it's unfair that they have to give someone half or split up assets in some sort of way. So tell me about this King of Swords in reverse here. Lying, manipulating, trying to get away with something. The Nine of Wands, they're trying to defend themselves. This is that same weird person. They're very self-indulgent. They're very, why are they lying? Because they're protecting a part of themselves that leans into their own self-indulgences, okay, or their own desires, their own ego, their own desires. They don't want to face some sort of humiliation. They don't want to feel embarrassed. So what is so embarrassing for them, huh? Their relationship. They felt like their relationship was embarrassing them or humiliating them, or they were going to lose. They felt like they were going to lose something, or they would be defeated. Which kind of makes me feel like if a divorce were to go through or something like that, right? Or if something went to court, then they would lose. Money. They would lose money. Unexpected income. This person, despair in reverse, they have no conscience. I'm telling you, they don't feel bad. They don't have regret. They don't care. They don't have any remorse. No guilt, nothing. They feel nothing. This person is dead on the inside, okay? They don't feel anything. It's giving me a psychopath. I got to be honest, all right? And it's all about money for them. This was all about having to pay someone money. So it could be their wife, okay? Paying their wife some sort of money. And this made this person act out in an extremely manipulative, deceptive, calculated way, because it's all about them. It's all about what's best for them and their own desire here. Journey. Yeah, it's like, I'm going to move forward. I don't care how you move forward, but I'm going to move forward. All right. Oh, look at this. This self-indulgence in reverse. And exactly, they're extremely indulgent, because this kind of indulgence has nothing to do with self-worth or self-appreciation or taking time to heal. It's the complete opposite. This person is focused on themselves. They are selfish, but they're self-indulgent in the toxic way. This person is a snake. Absolutely, they're a snake, okay? They're an enemy. They're a clever, malicious, self-indulgent person. Selfish person, very selfish. They're a snake. They're an enemy. They're a clever, malicious snake. Look over your shoulder with this person, because I feel like they're capable of a lot, because they're lacking empathy, consideration, guilt, basic humanity, a soul. They don't care. They don't care. They don't feel bad at all. Four of Cups in reverse, they don't care at all about what they did, about what happened here, about the other person. Journey. Why is Journey here? This person is so unhealed. They are so unhealed. They cannot heal. They're soulless. There's nothing in there. This has nothing to do with temperance energy. This person is soulless. That's how I feel. Page of Cups. Very manipulative. The message about them leaving, they left. And that's why I was wondering, why is Journey here? I feel like this person left. Like they're gone. I don't know if they left the state, they left the country. The Nine of Swords, this has to do with their thoughts. Their intrusive thoughts. person is like checked out some way. Yeah, it always comes back to their mind and their emotions. Their mind is plagued by like intrusive thoughts. I just keep coming back to that one. There's something about them where there's always like things in their ear or something like that. I don't know. They have really bad thoughts. But they left. 8 of Cups. Yeah, it has to do with losing an inheritance, losing money, losing something to do with family, okay? So it kind of feels like a separation or a divorce where they were going to lose everything, or they felt like they were going to lose money or assets or something like that, okay? The Sun. This happened in the past. They wanted to block someone from making a choice. They wanted to block someone from moving forward, maybe with a divorce, okay? This has to do with investments, because of payments, because of money of some sorts. So why are you showing me this Emperor, this man here? Why do you keep showing me him? Who is this? And what do we need to know about him? Because this has to do with a King of Wands and a relationship. It has to do with their relationship or their marriage or their partner. And some sort of manipulation, some sort of lies and manipulation about not traveling, not exploring, no future, not being able to see the future. The Devil. This person is so evil. This person is really dark. They're very, very dark. Very dark, this person is. But did they leave? Why is the 8 of Cups here with Journey and the 3 of Wands? Or was that the plan? Did they plan on leaving? Why does that keep coming out? The Wheel of Fortune, because of divine timing. Because of the Wheel of Fate, divine timing. The Emperor, this is an Emperor in the reverse, man. I'm telling you, this person is cruel. Or maybe this is just a confirmation. I don't know. Like if you were wondering what happened to a person and you always thought it was this person, yeah, you're right. It was that person. I mean, it could be that as well. Yes, it was this person and they are evil. And it was about a marriage and a separation and not wanting to pay someone money. And this person just letting the demon inside come over them. I don't know, man. I mean, anything else for the collective? Why is the 3 of Wands here? Because of this person. This person needs to be exposed, or they need to be held accountable for something. The Devil. No, this person is evil. I'm telling you, this person is evil. I don't know what they're saying. Like, I don't know if they've been caught. Okay, like this could even be someone that's trying to say like, well, it was an accident, or I was drunk, or I don't remember, or something. No, this person is evil. All right, this person is very dangerous, and they are very dark, and they are very demonic. They are soulless. Like, I don't know why that keeps coming out strongly, but like this person is dark on the inside. Very dark. Looking at your photos. Something about somebody on a photo. Nostalgia. Whoever this person is, their photograph. I don't know. Somebody's photograph. Okay. Whoever's in the photograph, this person is evil as hell. This person gets triggered. They got triggered. Yeah, they got triggered. They were resentful. They were in turmoil, and they did something here. And then they progressed and arrived and moved on. Why do I feel like they left? Like, because it's giving me the same person that, I don't know, something about changing your appearance. Something about changing the way you look. Changing your appearance. This person doesn't look the same way that they used to look. So why is that coming out here? Because why is that coming out with this person and journey and travel? Because of this King of Cups, this person, or maybe they know how to change. Maybe the way that they look is not actually their appearance, but it's their alter ego. Like maybe they're really good at masking what they did because they have like a split personality. Like the one personality is like the King of Cups, like they're super loving and caring and nice, and they come across like very helpful and caring and compassionate. But it's with the Knight of Cups in reverse. It's a mask. Like this King of Cups is masking who they are on the inside, because on the inside they're not this. They're not caring. They're not compassionate. They're not empathetic. They're jealous, spiteful, envious, emotionally manipulative. So it's almost like they know how to present themselves to the world to make them look like they're not capable of doing this, but they have like a split personality. They have like an alter ego then, because there's something inside of them that's very dark. This person has had the devil come out 4 times or 5 times. I can't even remember. They're a snake. I can't make it up. Look, King of Swords comes out in the upright. Now we have the King of Swords and the King of Cups in the upright, but here they're in the reverse. They know how to make themselves look like they're intelligent and very well spoken and smart, and they're intelligent. They're very intelligent. They're well spoken, they're intelligent. But that's also what they're using, I guess, to make it look like they have it's almost like they have the cognitive capacity to understand the emotion without feeling it themselves. Like they don't know what these emotions feel like, but they have the cognitive capacity to understand what people should be acting like when they're feeling certain things. They're very manipulative with their words. Like they're very good with their words. I feel like they talked themselves out of something. They didn't cry their way out of something. They talked their way out of it. Oh, 5 of Cups and the 10 of Wands. They know how to make it look like they feel this, but it comes from their intelligence. And it's this act of like, I'm devastated, I'm heartbroken, I'm so upset, you know, this is just so much for me, it's such a burden, but this is an act. Oh man, this person is a real snake. It's like they're highly manipulative, very, very manipulative. It's an illusion. Look, the 7 of Cups. Yeah, it's confusing. It's an illusion. And underneath it is the 4 of Cups. 7, 4, 47. Something about those numbers. 47, 74. Something also what I'm getting is like the way that they might be able to do this is that they can feel pity for themselves, right? They don't feel pity for the other person or what they did to someone else, but they can feel a level of pity for themselves, right? So they might draw up that emotion and almost like use it as like fodder to project it onto the situation, if that makes sense. Like they feel sad for themselves that someone that they're losing money. Okay, so that seems to be a sore spot for them. Is that they feel like their life has been disrupted. They feel like their money has been disrupted. So they feel pity for themselves. And they can draw almost like from that emotion and use it as some sort of fodder. It's very strange. Because there's a feeling of like rejection here, right? Like they don't like they reject someone. They feel resentment towards someone. They feel resentful. So instead of expressing the resentment towards the person, it's almost like they're expressing the resentment towards what happened to the person. You get what I mean? It's so weird. Huh, okay. All right, anything else? The Eight of Swords, this person is imprisoned or they're trapped, or maybe they don't want to go to prison for this. All right, the Three of Swords. They're heartbroken about facing consequences. If they're sitting there going, I'm heartbroken, I'm devastated, they're not talking about the person that they did something to. They're talking about themselves and the possibility of their own life being over and going to prison. It's like they're crying, yes, but they're not crying for the other person, and they're crying for themselves. But that's not what they're saying. You know what I mean? The Page of Cups and the Five of Wands, something about a fight, an argument breaking out, trying to make themselves look innocent with a fight that broke out. So this person didn't run away. They're still around, but they're trying to make themselves look innocent, or like it wasn't so bad, like they didn't mean to do it or something like that. Yeah, no, it was about money. The fight was about money. It was about a lot of money, family money, inheritance money, and not being able to find a solution, or they couldn't find a solution, or they didn't like the solutions. It's more like that. It feels like they didn't like the thought of having to give someone money or having to pay someone something, or something about a marriage, a married couple, or a separation, a divorce. They didn't like the idea of splitting something up. Yeah, it has to do with giving someone money. Whoever this person is, they were approached and told that they have to pay someone money or give someone money. And this is what made them act out. This is what made them angry and forceful. This is what made them snap. Yeah, okay. So is this just a confirmation reading then for someone? The Four of Swords, this person, they're acting very calm, cool, and collected. Yeah, this is what you have to, like, if you're dealing with this person, this is what you have to look at. Don't look at the crying and the sadness, because really that feels like a pity party for themselves. You know, it's this, there's something about them that's very like calm and collected. I don't know. But I feel like it's in their eyes or something like that. Like it's in their, like in their face. Like, oh, this is giving me like someone pretending to be sad or devastated or hurt, but their face is like flat. Like something about their mimic is like, there's something, I can't explain it, but it's like flat. It feels flat. It feels like they're, how should I say this? It's almost like their face doesn't match their energy or something like that. Or like, it feels like on the inside they're calm, but on the outside they're trying to press out tears. Like they're like, but like you can feel and sense in their energy that inside they're very calm. Or it's like if they'll like cry about something, and then if you ask them a different question, all of a sudden they're very calm and collected. It's like because because the pity and the crying and the despair is like something that they're actively telling their brain to perform. It's not something that they are doing naturally, subconsciously. It's like a performance. So when you take them out of that and bring them to a different question, all of a sudden their brain is processing a different question, so the act disappears. Because it's like they can't do two things at the same time, right? Because they're not, their sadness is not coming from emotion. If their sadness was coming from true emotion, then they would be feeling a certain kind of way, and you would see that they are feeling a way, like their body language would be showing that they're feeling this way. But they could also think and process a different question at the same time. This person can't do those two things at the same time because both of it is cognitive. Both of it is like a mental, like a thought process. You know what I mean? So I feel like if you want to trip this kind of a person up, that's how you have to go at it, I guess. Because their emotions feel flat. Like it's something about their body language and feeling. It's like I hope that makes sense, man. Not working together, not being able to find solutions. Yeah, they don't want to work together. They're not cooperative. You can't find a solution with them. They don't want to work together with multiple people. Okay, not cooperative. It has to do with money. Giving someone money. 8 of Swords. Oh, this is for someone very specific, this reading. If you want to understand where they are pulling their emotions from, it's from this. It's from the thought of going to jail and the thought of having to pay someone money. These two things upset this person. These two things make them distraught. So if they're sitting in front of you and they're upset or distraught or like going through something emotionally, this is why they feel that way. They're not feeling that way for somebody that they did something to or what happened to someone. It's this that is actually making them physically distraught. The thought of having to give someone money, that is like distressing to them, all right? It could be making them anxious. Like I feel like this makes them anxious and like maybe angry, or something about anxious, angry, like thought of having to give someone money makes them worked up in a way, right? And the thought of going to prison, this is what makes them sad and hysterical. Like everything's too much and they can't take it. But they're only using their own feelings in this situation, what they are going through, what they perceive, as horrible and devastating. That's the emotions that you're witnessing with this person. They don't feel empathy for someone else. They don't really care about someone else. They're only thinking about for themselves, okay? So I think that's it, right? Anything else? Death in reverse. Something about money, giving someone money, a payment, a gift, an investment. Death in reverse. Somebody not changing, somebody not wanting something to end. They didn't want they didn't want something to end. It's like, this is like someone, what are they trying to say? Like, oh, I didn't want them to die, or what? I didn't want to hurt them fatally. I didn't really mean to do something to them fatally or something like that. I mean, I didn't really mean to kill them. Yeah, you did. And I can tell you why, because it's about the money. No, this gives me like someone that's claiming like a fight, like an argument, a fight. It just kind of got out of control. And then something ended up happening and they didn't mean for it to get that far. But no, I'm sorry, I don't feel that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that with this person. No, they're very manipulative. They're very, very, very manipulative. They're very selfish, very conniving, calculated, vengeful, want what they want at all costs. They don't care who they have to hurt. They don't care if they have to unalive someone and get rid of someone. They don't care. They don't care. No, and there's no illusion about this person here, all right? They can't illusion me about them. No, I can see their energy very clearly, okay? No illusion here with this one. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. They're trying to say, oh no, it wasn't planned. Oh, you want to know what this is giving me? This is like someone, like of investigation, right? Okay, or something about prison. Like this could be someone that's actually facing prison time for something, right? Due to an investigation. And this is kind of like the differences between, you know, premeditated unaliving and like accidentally doing it, not meaning to do it, right? Like manslaughter. Okay, that's what this is giving me. This person is trying to plead like manslaughter or accidentally, or I didn't mean to do it. But that's just a tactic because they don't want to go to prison for premeditated. But the thing is though, it could be that it was like a slip up. I mean, I don't know how this happened. If they were separated and they were no longer living together, then yes, that person went over to someone's house, confronted them. But there's something here about, like, how did it happen? Was it premeditated? Because in my crime reading, it definitely came out that way. That this person is trying to say they didn't plan this, they didn't think about this. It wasn't premeditated, they didn't think about this. But there was also something about them having these kind of thoughts or these kind of fantasies, these kind of ideations, I should say, these urges, but then having a lot of self-control not to act on them. And this is like someone that let that kind of anger come over them, the demon, let the demon come out of them, snapping. So how did this happen then? They took a leap of faith, they took a risk, they just jumped straight into it. So it was kind of like heat of the moment thing, maybe, because this person doesn't care about anyone. They don't want to give to someone. They resent someone. So it's like, yeah, they do resent someone. They don't want to give to someone. They don't care about someone. It might have been heat of the moment, but a relationship. They got some sort of information from someone that they were in a relationship with. This King of Cups cannot defend themselves. They can't defend themselves, okay? They don't have a defense for something they did in the past. Yeah, because it's all about them. Yeah, King of Cups, Queen of Cups. I feel like this is a married couple, okay? And somebody felt like they were going to lose their money. They were going to lose their stability in the past. They were going to lose all their investments. They didn't want to split something up. That's what it's about at the end of the day. It's about the fact that they didn't want to split this up. They didn't want to lose all their investments. And they just couldn't let it go. They couldn't let it go. For them, it was about money. It was about money. It was about a separation and a divorce. So, why is this important for the collective, though? Because of this person moving forward determinedly, traveling, journey, I don't know what that is about. Two of Swords, they don't want somebody to find out the truth about losing an investment or losing a gift or losing a blessing, or they're trying to move forward maybe, and they don't want someone to find out, or they're trying to deny that it was about money maybe, or about resources, about material things, about things, that it was about objects. Change, they didn't want to give something to someone. They did not want to give something to someone. But why is this traveling card here again? Change, something about traveling. Bad news, a message in reverse. Thoughts. Thoughts, thinking about this, like planning this out. Like it's kind of giving me, was this premeditated or not? Look, death, a coffin, and a main male. Did this person premeditate this death or not? That's kind of the question I'm asking myself too, right? Did they plan this out? They decided to change something because they didn't want to give something to someone. So I guess it kind of is premeditated, isn't it? They're in front of a judge. This person is going to be in front of a judge. Or this is going to be their defense. Or this is their defense in front of a judge, all right? Because they don't want to go down for premeditated murder. They killed their wife, man. Didn't they? This person killed their wife. And the question is, was it premeditated? That's the pathway. That's the pathway forward with an official person. Or that's the pathway they're taking with an official. Now, I don't know if this is past, present, or future. I have no idea. So was it planned, or was it, I mean, the Fool came out. I kind of want to know, was it premeditated then? I feel like yes, to an extent it was. To an extent it was. Because it definitely wasn't an accident. This person was angry about money. The Seven of Swords. They're not sad at all. Look at this. Oh, this person is dead on the inside. I'm not even kidding. Look, it comes out again. The Four of Swords and the Five of Cups in reverse. This person is not sad. This is all in their mind. This is all them, like their thinking, their cognitive process. They're not sad. They're not in despair. They don't have remorse. They don't feel any guilt. They don't feel bad. They're flat person. They're just trying to get away with this. They could be working with their lawyers, working together with their defense attorneys, trying to get away with this, all right? But this person does not feel bad at all for what they did. They don't care at all. They don't feel any kind of remorse. If anything, they only feel remorse for themselves. They only feel bad for themselves that they're caught and that they might be going to jail for this. That's it. That's all they feel bad about. All right, guys. So I'm going to leave it at that. I hope this helps, guys. Okay, thanks for watching. Until next time, bye.